Hi, everyone. We're back. Happy Wednesday. I've got you up on my other phone. I'm going to put this on before I forget. It's Lauren. For anyone who doesn't know me, I am Lauren, Inspo by Nails on here. And yes, we'll be saving this live. We are here to try and show you some collections that dropped on Sweetie Nail Supply that maybe you didn't see a very close look at. Maybe you want some, some ideas for, hold on a second. I can't do two things at once. There we go. It's pinned. Basically to give you an idea of what these collections look like up close and personal in case you were thinking about with your holiday shopping, etc. So Irie, a bunch of collections dropped, as you can see, right? So I want to show you them, how they react. A lot of magnetic collections. There's two special collections too that I'm going to show you that are like art gels. We're going to use those too. But this will give you a closer look. I think that when they dropped, some did really well very quickly because if you follow Japanese brands, you will have heard of this brand before. Like this is the Choco Mint collection. I would say that these are very, very, very easy gels. If you're new to cat eye or you have trouble with cat eye, look at these collections because they are very, very reactive. Everything you see here is one coat, okay? For swatching purposes because there are a lot to get through, but also, it's nice to see a magnet that's going to react like this very, very quickly. And we're going to have to clear off the desk and I'll bring them out like collection by collection, kind of, because there's no way that everything can focus with all of this shininess on the table. So I did swatch each one. When you get them, they look like this. This is the back. It has all the names, okay, on the sides or on the back. I'll show you with the different. And these are what some of the bottles look like, okay? So we'll just go through each one. You guys can take notes. You can always ask questions, 100%. I will be happy to show you and share and help you. You can DM me at any time. It's a little harder, to get sweeties at this point in time because it's super busy. So I'm putting the swatches with each box so that we can kind of, when I pull them, I can show you the box that it comes in. I believe you can get all of these individually though, but look at these. One coat. This is the Fantasy Mag. This is one. All right, and this is two. We are going to play with these. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So I don't know where the boxes all are. Let's keep out chocolate and the Choco Mint first. There you go. I have these on my nails. I believe it's this one. Yep. All right, but I want to show you really quick how easy these are. It's lovely that you can mix and match. You can buy them individually, which is really cool. Let's grab one that I have not shown. All right, so like 4. Let's do that. Let me show you how quickly you can play with these. All right, nice big bottles. The name is right on the front. Look at this. You can pretty much use any magnet you want. Any magnet you have, you're going to get a reaction with these gels for sure. But they are so pretty. Hold on, let me scoot myself up a little bit. I don't know what I'm stuck on, but I'm stuck somewhere far away from the table. Look at this in one coat. It is very, very even. You see that? Really, really pretty. A lot of sparkles in their cat eye. You see some are flash, some are not. They do have a silky one. And we'll do one of these little looks real quick. But look at this. If you want to use a standard bar, you can with flash mags because they're bigger particles, right? So you can do that. You can use your chubby magnet, if you want to, but you are going to get an instant reaction in one coat with these gels. Look at that. They are so stunning. Every single color. So this one is number 4. But look. All right, so you could do it on a tip, you could do it full, you could do it like these. When I did this, I just did the bottom and used a brown. This we can do right this second. I'll show you. All right, let's give that a cure real quick. Kind of like my nails, but I wanted mine to grow out because I let them go for so long. If I put it right up by the cuticle, the grow out's way more obvious. So that is why I did that. But they're really, 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 really cool. There are 2 chocolates in this color. So if you look at this swatch, this is color 1, 2, 3, 4, which we just used, 5, 6, and 7. And believe it or not, 6 and 7 are not even the same as the chocolate mags. That's another collection we'll take a look at. Right? So all of them are different. These are a little less flashy, but you see the minimal flash in there. See the twinkle twinkle? They're so pretty, all of them. And there's a couple different bottles that I want to show you too. Some of the collections look like this, like these chubby bottles. All right. And some of them look like this. All right. And honestly, I'm not sure I think these are newer collections, but it may distinguish between different collections, right? It's not to say that they all look like this now, right? But they are nice big bottles. Hello. All right. So I'm going to show you a little secret. And this is something I would probably put on my list if you're into Devox Marble Fit. If you're into Devox Marble Fit, I wanted to show you that Amena has a nuance gel. All right, you need the base and you need their colors. Their colors are a little different than Marble Fit, but I love this as a very quick. All right, so let's use the base. The cool thing about Marble Fit and these is that you're using syrups. You're not using solid color. And you just need a little tiny bit. All right. I'm not even going to do the entire full nail. We don't need to. You could, though, if you want. But I'm not. I'm going to use the white. And we're going to use their brown. All right, we don't need a ton, but you're going to get that nice swirl. That marbly look. We're going to do a marble nail with cat eye today because I did get a lot of questions about one that I put up recently, and I figured I'd show you. And this is chocolate. This is their chocolate one. So to do the minty bits on my nails, like the chocolate mint, I just went in and touched it in certain areas and let it do its thing. Okay, so that's it. All right, very, 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 very simple. Time saver. Let it settle, cure, and then put a top coat on. All right, let's move on to these. Really quickly, these are called Romantic Flash Mag. All right, they look like this. And look at these colors. Aren't they pretty? Again, I want to show you how easy they are to use. So let's take the darkest one. All right, that is number 5. Soiree. And let me show you what they can do. I wish I had a way of turning on flash when we were live, but it never really works out, does it? Again, you could put anything you want underneath these. You could have a syrup underneath these. Of course, you'll have a base, right? You'll have your color of your own nail. So they're even more vibrant when they're not on like a clear nail like this. But I go through so many of them, guys. So many nail tips. My gosh. Everybody getting their cart ready? Any questions? Feel free to ask while we're live. I'm happy to answer. And like I said, feel free to always give me a DM. I'm happy to. I'm happy to help. I know it can get overwhelming when you're looking at a site with so many things on it. And sweeties, they just keep bringing the collections, don't they? Yay. I'm so grateful for so many options. Really? Let's use around this time. All right. Hello. See that pull. It's really, this is a stunning red. Really stunning. Hold on one second. Switching. I don't know if you guys are like me. I have a light that's over on my right, and it looks like Sid, that spider thing from Toy Story. There's so many magnets hanging on it. Oh, and another thing we wanted to show you guys that you can just get for any of your magnets. And I know I saw people saying, I want that. Get a ball, okay? Add it to your magnet. Just add it on the end. And you can round up really easily. And when we do the glassier ones, I'll show you putting it more into that sphere that everybody likes so much. But this is good enough for right now. Again, one coat. If you had a dark syrup underneath it, you're still going to see it. But look at that on the side. I love checking a cat eye on the side to see what it looks like. That's really what the color looks like without the magnet being activated. You see it's holding. It is not really spreading out. So we are good to go there. All right, another one that I did with these is a little tip, and I'm going to do it because I want to show you another product from Irie that's really cool. All right, so we're going to use 6. Now watch them put out more, and I'll have to spend more money. I really don't know what's coming. I believe, restocks are going up, etc. So just keep an eye out. Also, if you're ever on Sweetie Nail Supply's website and something is sold out, please make sure you check that button to notify me when the restock happens, because that'll let you know when something you were really looking for is back up on the site. And that way you can go in and get it. But that's the way to do it. When it goes back up, you'll get an email. So make sure you have notifications on for anything that you feel like you were missing out on. Go ahead and do that. Okay. These are all so pretty. I'm really impressed with them. I think I knew I would be because I follow, and I knew that they'd be beautiful. Like, look at that. Look at that color. But they're all one coat beauties, honestly. One thin coat. But I want to show you something else. So you might have seen this on my reels. I believe I put them up. Hold on. These are called Stitch Cream. And these are from Irie. So these are going to be a 3D no wipe gel that you can use. And let's make some little holiday stuff on here really quick. They're really cute. I did see that they're premiering a second season of this at the show in Tokyo. Like, so another line of them. This is the original Stitch Cream. So if you're into that, you are going to like these. Yeah, they're really pretty. They twinkle. And that's without a flash. I can't even imagine, you know, like with the flash on. I don't know why that one's sitting up higher. I have trouble with that sometimes. Hold on one second. Let me move these so you can see what we're doing. So when you're playing with 3D nail art, what I would suggest you do first, if you want to leave it 3D, is put a top coat on. All right, finish up that nail. And then go in with your 3D gel. Okay, if you want to leave it 3D. That is such a pretty color because it has that fiery like fuchsia, but still kind of red. I really like it. I'll show you the number again in a second. I think it's 6 or 7. I don't know, 6. It's 6. If I could have put these on the tops, but I didn't. I just wanted to show you guys the lineup. I think some are very easy to tell what they look like online, and sometimes it's not, which is why we try and come on here and show you guys a little closer look. So here are the stitch creams. The way I swatch these is I just put 2 dots, like stitches, on top of them so I could tell. You can definitely tell from their labels which color is which, but white is sometimes hard because the flowers are in the white. All right, so that is the stitch cream. When I play with these, I usually grab a brush that has a little bit of bristles in there. So I'm going to use the Art Liner from Bevla. Their brushes are very nice. Definitely Black Friday is the time to stock up on brushes. I love brushes. I take good care of my brushes, but I still sometimes need to replace certain brushes. Or if you're talking about, like when we talked about application brushes for potted gels, etc., now's the time to get 2 and keep 1 for glitter and 1 for your application. That way, you know, these sales really allow for us to do that kind of thing. So, all right, so this is cured. All I'm going to do is, because these are 3Ds, these are not like gel paints that are thinner in consistency. These have a little bit of consistency. I'm just dipping my brush in. Okay, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay on my brush. If you use one that has like 2 hairs, it's a little bit harder for the brush to grab it. So that's why I use the Art Liner. But I'm just going to I'm going to press and lift up. All right. Press and lift up. See, there's 2 tiny like mistletoe-ish looking. Press and lift up. And these, when they cure, are going to be fine just like that. So you can see that they're a little raised. They're not going to be hard or chunky or catch on anything. They're still kind of soft. They're not like gritty. All right, if you use less, you're going to get a softer green. It's kind of cool to have that variation in this. Let me turn. All right. You can even mix these while you're playing. So you could go in with the white and make some other colors, etc. I'm not going to do that. I'll show you that on another nail. You can use them on their own. Don't have to be like little tiny details like this, but you can make tiny flowers. You can do all kinds of things with them. So they are very versatile gels, which is probably why there's a second set coming out. Right? If you see any other place that you want to put some petals, go ahead and do that. Or like little leaves. All right. Let's cure that. And then let's just go in with some white and put some dots. And I chose white because we did the bottom red. I feel like if we did little red berries, it would kind of blend in. So nice that we could use white. But they're very nice. And let me get out another plain nail so I can show you with a stiffer brush, like how you could use these in a different way. Versatile. We are going to save all of this. I know people are probably like, what are we doing here? I do need to have an example. Example up. So when they flip on, they can see that we're doing some different stuff. So I'm going to grab actually my Debach. This is the brush for canvas. It is a stiffer brush. Okay, so it is definitely for those 3D gels. This one's looking a little rough, but it doesn't matter because we're just going to pull some of this up. All right, and we're going to put it on the nail. You see, you can have that raised ridge if you want. Not a problem. You can even, sorry, I'm looking through my phone. I'm turning my nail around. You can even go in wet with another color. They're going to blend. Let's go in with the green. Go back in with the white if you want. But they're going to give you that cool texture very easily. And I'm just wiping on a lint-free wipe. I'm just wiping off the excess, okay? Just wiping off. This is much harder to do this way. Usually I think I have it up in my face. But you get the idea. Layer it however you want. You could cure this. You could go in with the art brush and do more details that way if you want to. Whatever you want. Let's say we want this to be a little heavier here. The more you press, the more you're going to get those raised ridges. Okay. Texture. But a very easy gel to use. All right. And you see, even though it is raised here, here, etc., it's soft. All right, so you don't have to overlay it if you don't want to. Got to put some berries on there. And let's do some of these too. Okay, so they're sticking. Oh, right. We also want to decorate this one with a little tree. And I'm going to show you a shortcut for like the easiest little tree. All right. Let's cure that green one. And let's put some top coat on this. Did I miss any questions, guys? I might have. I feel like we have a lot to get through today, so I'm not paying as much attention to the comments, so I apologize. I will pull them up next time I hit cure. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Kind of now. Oh, I got thrown off of that other one. Hold on. Sweeties. There we go. You know how like you do that and then it says, oh, trouble viewing this video? Yeah, that's what it just did to me. So Inspo My Nails is viewing because I can see you guys that way. All right, so dots for the white, not a problem. Just take them and just do a few little dots. And remember, they don't have to be right on your vines, guys. Like, vary them up. All right, just give it a little Christmas. But the glow on this one is incredible, isn't it? Wait till you see the fantasy mags. Ooh. Chef's kiss. So good. All right. And that will be done. All right, so the cheat on that little Christmas tree, and that's this one. All right, so we're going to use a silver. You can use whatever you want. I'm going to use Nail Bio's Toy. Had a nail just fly off here. Think I'll get to the tweed. If I don't, I will make a video for it. But let's see, we're rolling. Getting through these. Stitch gel, okay? Stitch cream, Irie. It's another option for that 3D stitch type gel. Definitely follow them too, you guys, because they have beautiful examples. Where did I put that whole box? I don't even know. I don't know. Oh, here they are. Okay. Let me show you this. I'm going to use that silver. I put it aside so that I would know where it is, and I've lost it. Where did I put it? All right, we're going to wait on the silver. Okay. Let me show you this other art gel, and let's use a silky one for that. So this is one of the silky gels. Let me show you the box. Let me show you the swatch. All right, so this one is called Irie Silky Mag. All right, and the names are on the back. This is 01, this is silk. And you see they have a silkier, they're less glittery. All right, this is the Silky Mags. So let me show you how that one works. And I made like that little sweater bottom on it. And I'll show you what I use for that. Time for those tweeds, time for that texture. Okay, so this is the first one we're using with the different bottle. It's a little fat square, and it has this beautiful handle. Oh, I think we might have a delivery, so excuse the barking, okay? Excuse. We'll see. I heard a chirp out of Deacon, but I'm going to hope it was false, because that can get loud for a second. See how nicely these go on? Playing around with them this morning. Oh, good. Right? They're really nice. The second collection looks really beautiful too. I'm seeing them advertise everything. If you follow any Japanese companies, you'll see that they're all showing, you know, what's going to be premiering at their nail show in Japan. So it's interesting for us to see, right? Always cool to be able to see that. Also, guys, great mags up on Sweetie Nail Supplies, so you can look at that. Like, that was just swipe, okay? Very, very reactive gels. Very, very reactive. It does lay down like butter. They're really, really impressive. So pretty. I love a silky mag because I feel like I can embellish a silky mag, meaning like I could put hand-painted flowers on a silky mag, that kind of stuff. I feel like they are really easy to add nail art to. Like, these really don't need it because they're so sparkly and pretty. Like the chocolate mint and the chocolate. And we'll do that little chocolate pud too real quick. And I have to be less chatty because I want to show you so many things. And I don't want to keep you on here too long because the thing is, if I do that, then nobody wants to watch it back. It's hard to watch back videos on here. Although, I will tell you, I'm going to save this to Sweetie Nail Supply. I'm going to save it to my page too, Inspo by Nails. The other thing I wanted to tell you is Sweeties does take these and put them up on their YouTube. So that is going to be much easier for playback if that's what you need. Okay, I'm going to keep this like this for right now. I just want to show you this other gel. Sorry about the click. happens. All right, these guys are done. Because I want to show you these. All right, these are called Crystal Whip, okay? And here's what they look like. If I can get the card. Getting very crowded on here. All right, guys, can you see that? So these are 3D textured gels, but they have that aurora effect. And they are called Crystal Whip. All right, and they're almost like, they're textured, almost like sugar. These are also up on the website. And this is how I easily did this one, which is like a little knit cap, like bottom. So I took the Aqua Crystal Gel. All right, Crystal Whip. See that? Yeah. See it? Look, it's like in a little whip. Yum. And I just wanted to get some texture on the bottom of the nail. Honestly, shoot. Hold on, let's top coat this because we're going to leave the Crystal Whip. We don't have to top coat that. So let's top coat this first. Get the nail done, secure the nail, do your cat eye, put your top coat on. Did I cure this? I don't know that I did. Oh, darn it. Hold on. I was like, why is that moving? Hold on, guys. Let's wipe. It's totally typical. Yeah, I didn't cure it. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Let's try again. Oops. Let me see if there's anything else on here that I'm missing. All right, we're going to do that again real quick. It does lay down like butter. It's a great consistency. Really nice. Another thing, guys, another tip, if you're ever worried about, this is any of your cat eyes, right, that have like streaks in them or lines in them with how you brushed it on, please demagnetize it first, just like that, okay? And then you're going to be able to go in and get the magnet going without having to worry about seeing any streaks, right? It'll help. If you push it from one side and then push it over to the other side, that'll also help even out the gel. But just so you know, that's one way to try and get rid of that streakiness that you might see. Okay? I still see a little streak there, because I probably didn't put it on evenly, but because I'm trying to go fast because I messed up. But you guys get the picture. Always try and put your cat eye on in an even coat to begin with. But if you see those lines, definitely demagnetize it first. Now it is definitely in for a cure. In the meantime, let's take a chocolate. Hold on, let me do something real quick. Remove some stuff because we're getting crowded. You guys know me, that's how we roll. Get these little minty ones. This is really, look at that on my thumb. One little swipe of this. So good. So good. I love a gel that's going to give you a payout like that, like a quick payout. I really do. I feel like it's such a time saver. All right, so we're going to get rid of our cherries real quick. Let's do a little chocolate too. Although this is done, let's finish it up. All right, let's show you this stitch gel now, since I did cure it. We got a top coat, just like I said. Finish off your nail, and then have these 3D gels be your final art, right? And you don't have to go over it. You don't have to overlay it. You can let it be chunky. That's better. I was looking through the camera like, why does that look weird? It handled it like a champ though, didn't it? All right, this is Silky 01. You can get super precise with the stitch gels too, so you can use a smaller brush. If you follow them, you'll see examples on their page, and always do that, always. They have incredible educators who show you how to use these products or how they use these products, so it's a really fun way to learn a different, skill set, honestly. I watch a lot of lives. I don't understand a word they're saying, but I just watch their hands. Oh, here is the silver. I knew I put it someplace safe. All right, good enough. Ready? This is textured. It is kind of like sugar. It's kind of gritty. And that's what we want. We want it to be gritty because we want to use a stitch gel over top and make those little lines. Right? And let them bump off this gel. So it's kind of like a tap, tap, tap. See how pretty that is though? It's very, I guess I'd say Aurora, like if you can do it thicker, you can see some examples that it's like really whipped up and thick. Use it however you want. It's going to cure. And as dense as it looks in that pot, you can see it's not that dense on the nail, right? You can see through it. But I want it kind of chunky, a little bit, a little textured. Okay. I think I took that other one up even higher, but I'll show you what I mean. Cure it. And then go in with your stitch gels. You can go in with the white and just make those vertical lines. And that's it. It'll come out something like this. All right. We're going to make this. I'm going to show you these two. Oh, this one does not want to stay, so we're going to possibly do a reel on that. All right, but these are really fun, especially if you like 3D and you like texture. You could look at these. Okay, they're also up there on the website. So chocolate, I want to show you chocolate. All right, so here are the chocolate gels. I'm not sure about you guys, but I adore browns. I love them. I think they look so good on all different skin tones. This one is very blonde, but they wanted them all to be different. And these browns are gorgeous. Let's look at this one because it's really dark. All right, so that one is bitter. Perfect bitter chocolate. Easy, easy, easy little Christmas pudding. What is the white and green gel I used earlier? The white and green gel I used earlier is called Stitch Cream. And they are also on the website under Irie. I think a good thing to keep in mind, you guys, when you're shopping this holiday season, look by brand. And that'll give you, all the options under that brand. I search by brand. If you guys ask me a question, if I know the brand, that's where I go first. I just feel like it's the easiest way to find what I'm looking for, unless I know the exact name of what I'm looking for. Use that search, okay? All right, so a cute little brown. I know the browns are so good. And there are some beautiful browns out there, but not enough, I don't think. Pull this more. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. I don't think you can tell. I don't think you guys can tell. But those little flashes, They are so delicate and pretty. Let's do a little Christmas pudding, but I want to pull it down a little bit because I'm going to put some icing on it because I want to show you guys. This is a question I get a lot. And it is, I'm looking for a solid color gel. What do you suggest? You guys saw that Divock put out Quiet Core, which is opaques, right? Other brands that you could pick and choose different colors. Here's one that's like a very, very easy go-to, and I'm going to show you why. Is Vala Solid 100. Okay, you'll see them. They all start with VC, so it's Vala Color. And these are really, when I say solid, they are solid. Here, hold on. Let me show you this red. This is VC 37. All right. These are very, very solid, opaque colors. So if you're just doing like we're gonna do just 2 little sprigs and berries, I would grab these. Okay, that is one. Has a hair on it. 1 coat. Okay, they are also no wipe, but I would highly suggest putting a top coat over them. But they are a no wipe finish. So if you're interested in chroming right over top a solid color, you could. See that hair? Vala Solid 100. Okay, and you can order these in individual colors. There are 100 of them. All right, but they are a really good solid color gel. I'm just going to cure it because I'm sure I'll do something with that at another time. All right. Where's that Stitch Gel White? Here it is. Just to show the Stitch creams again. Stitch cream. Irie Stitch cream. All right. This is all you have to do to get that little band on here. I think I need those new eye drops for up close vision. Did you guys see that? See, and you kind of want it to bump across the textured gel. All right. These are going to be great for underneath a plaid too, if you want to play with that, or a tweed, because they already have a little motion going here. A little bumpiness, which is going to make your tweed more natural looking. Trust me, tweed is not exactly every line the same, every line the same. I actually just promised someone the other day that I'd do more tweed tutorials. Less is more with tweed. Give it that optical illusion. It's all right. Cure that. That is all finished. All right, so let's go and do these little puddings. Let me just show you like the green. Let me put just a dollop of this on a thing. They're just very, very easy to use. Another good opaque alternative. So yeah. Oh, I know what I use this for. All right, let's get Sweetie's liner brush if I can find it. Oh, definitely stock up on the Sweetie liners. 100%. I think they're all back in stock. They are such good art brushes. Magnifying glasses on a strap. I feel like I might have tried something like that before, but I feel like it didn't work out for me. Like I felt like I was, like when I'm looking through this phone, I just feel like confused. I don't know. Depth perception wise. But I saw that they have like new things that like will give you back your close vision. I don't know. I'm going to do it. All right, so a little tiny berry will go in the center. And listen, these don't have to be perfect either. When doing holly too, I think I'll do some tutorials on holly. I see a lot of people struggle with holly. I usually do the center line and then I'm pulling up, down, up, okay? And I think it's just one of those ones that's kind of hard for people to get behind. And holly looks good around the holidays, right? All right, I'm going to do a little flash with this. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, eye drops. I don't know. I think I just saw it somewhere today, and I was like, oh, I could use those. Let's do some berries. Depends on my lighting situation. Lots of times, you guys, I apologize for the cast of all the lighting, but I do need all these bright lights to see what I'm doing. Not good when I can't see. One here. Oh, I forgot it's icing. What the heck? What the heck did I do? How can't have pudding without icing? Let's use the white. All right. This one is 66. Need some icing. Let's do some. We're going to just pretend. We're going to pretend it was up there because that's still wet. Normally, guys, I do the icing first, of course. Drizzle our little pudding with some icing. But you see what I mean by these gels? They're really very easy to use. I'll give this drip bigger. You know why I want it so close when I should have put it first, but I do. All right, better. Better. That would have been cuter had I done that first, but there you go. Icing, chocolate, cat eye. Everybody needs chocolate cat eyes. All right, now I need to show you guys these. All right, these are going to be Fantasy Mags. This is collection 1. You see the Aurora. You see these actually have a shimmer to them too. The second ones do not, for this one maybe a little bit. All right, these are going to be the ones that are going to show up for you very, very easily. And they will also change colors a bit if you put it on a darker background. So, for example, this one, the first one. You see that? Very pretty on the side, etc. This is it over yogurt, Tanghulu, the black. All right, so it's going to amplify the effect if you have it on a darker syrup. Okay, so any of these, they're kind of versatile and they will show up a little bit differently. Like if you had a blue underneath or a black underneath, etc. So these types, you can use either way, right? But I also wanted to show you how easy they are to use in small spaces, right? So to do that, we want a nail that we could put a matte top coat on. All right, let's do a matte top coat. If you guys have been playing along, can anyone guess which matte top coat I use for isolated chrome? Anytime it's near me. I pretty much mention it almost every live. Right? I know you guys will probably buy them all up. I think I have think I have 2 bottles left. Like, this is one I stock up on, right? Yep, that's it, Tammy. MD gel. Here's my grimy bottle. And it is so good for isolated chrome. It is why I grab it every time. Okay. We're going to do it. Now, let me find some of the gels that I used here. Okay. So here is that blue. Listen, we've seen gels similar to this before, right? You'd be like, oh, I have a cat eye that looks like that. Yeah, do you? They are so strong. There is so much pigment in here. Yeah, I do love that matte. I do. I'm obsessed with that matte. For chrome details, yeah. I have other favorite mattes for different things. Like, don't even get me started on the Peruka watercolor matte. Like, love that one too. Love so many things. All right, so we're going to wipe off the inhibition layer, and I'm going to use this time to create some little tiny lines. All right, so this is Flicka Liner Black. These are no wipe. I can get really fine with these. I believe I showed them to you last week. Maybe. At some point I did. I think I showed you the gold. Because I love me a good gold. But I want to show you this one too. Okay. Let me use a tiny brush. And let's make some lines. All right. Now I'm going to show you how to fill these in with a gel like that. All right, I'm going to make them a little bit bigger so you can see them. Yeah, I was the gold. Yeah, I really do. I mean, guys, I've been around and using Korean, Japanese gels for a while. I'm just amazed by all the options we have now. Like, it's kind of incredible, honestly. And I'm really thankful for it because it does give us a really good, like, there's so many things that you can use now. I don't know what I'm doing here because I can't quite see. But you get the idea. I'm putting some petals on because I want to put that gel in little sections. So when you're doing little sections, you want your little sections closed off, right? Kinda. But they have gold, white, black, silver, and ivory. Yeah, so much has changed. So much has changed just in the past couple years, honestly. And I'm thankful for it because it just gives us so many beautiful options. And you use what makes you happy, okay? I'm going to add some little dots in here because I want this part gold. All right, let's cure this. 30 seconds. Probably doesn't even need the full 30 seconds, but you can do 30 seconds with these. Okay, again, that is Liner Black. Oh, you know what I showed you last week? Actually, this is not the liner. What I showed you last week was the non-wipe gold. Okay, you can use either of these. They are non-wipe, right? I did let that do the full cure. Let's hope it cure. Let's hope it, what do you call it? Chromes for us. Use whatever you want. And then we're going to take one of these fantasy mags. And I'll tell you what, sometimes with those, they look really beautiful And I'm thinking of ones that were maybe a couple years ago. And you're like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. But it's really hard to get that opacity, you know, like with one coat. That's where this stuff differs, right? It's like one coat and we can do that. So let's put a little bit on the mat here. Let's turn this around. And I'm going to use the Ella, which is 09, which is like an orange and blue. And it's definitely, it doesn't look like it here, but it is orange and blue. All right, and I'm going to use that art. I'm going to use this again because I do want some hairs in it to pick up this gel. All right, and we are going to just put it in here. Inside the gold. It's fine if it goes over it a little bit because you can pull the magnet and we're definitely going to cover this whole thing up, right? But when you're doing little details like this, to have gels that will do this for you is kind of nice. Watch. You see that? You see the blue? You see the orange? I think you can see that. Based on what I'm looking at in my phone. You could have it. Look at that. You could keep the orange by the bottom. See that? Whoa. So for these types of gels, again, what I'm finding so impressive about them is that what they can do like this, right? That's beautiful. Let's cure it. Sure. My nails, I did a fast, easy manicure this time. So I used the Choco Mint at the bottom. And then I used a little bit of that Amena Nuance Gel in white and their chocolate color. But you see what I mean? You could do some beautiful, you don't have to go chrome anything. You just do the little petals first. You don't have to chrome this gel because it does it all on its own. It's got that beautiful Aurora, like chromey looking shift. On my other hand, I use browns from, guess what? Vala Solid 100. Quickly get some brown on the tips. In like a very abstract-y way. Because by that time I just didn't care. You guys don't usually have to look at my right hand, maybe when we go live, but look at that. Like, how cool is that? Like immediately. That's what's so cool and really impressive. So this is going to be beautiful no matter which way you turn it. I don't know that you guys need me to fill in the rest of these petals. But you see what I mean? Because I do want to show you that kind of blonde marble with cat eye on top. Yeah. So yeah, once you like the way it's shining, just give it a little boop. Let me show you that last one at least real quick because it's already 1 o'clock. I'll fill this back in and show it to you on stories or something in a minute. Later, after I clean up my desk. All right, so something like this. Because I want to show you these collections. We've got a few more to look at. All right, so we have, this is Fantasy Mag 1. Fantasy Mag 1 is called Irie Fantasy Mag. All right, that's these. All right. This is 2. Oh, let's see. Yeah, this is the one that I pulled them out. Fantasy Mag Story. Oh, that's not that. That's this. No. That's this one. Actually, this is Story. Okay, this is Story. And this is Fantasy Mag 1. Ready? That's this one. All right. This is why I open my DMs to any and all questions. All right. I say question, are you guys accepting ambassadors? I don't think that is open right this second. I don't think so. So what I used for this last one was this. See how flashy these are? All right, that is going to be, not that one, this one. All right, this one. Okay, so see that is baby blue, cerulean frost. This is called Dazzly Finish. All right. And that is this nail. You see that? Blue, it's this. Dazzly Finish. I'm going to use a different one for one more marble like that. Very simple. Oh, and let me, yeah, this is the collection we're using. Okay. This one is called Moon Night Flash Magnet. Okay. A lot of flash, a lot of these. Do you not have the purple set? Is this the purple set? There's a lot of purples in this one. Moon Night. All right, but I'm going to use the gold just because we're in like kind of holiday season-ish. All right, and that is here. That is it. Okay. So here is number 2, Crescent Moon. The way I did that cat eye, that looks kind of marbly, is I put some cat eye on the nail like this. All right. Like that. Random. Kind of diagonal. All right. And I got it to move. I want it to be kind of like when I turn it, you can see it flash. Can you see that? It's bright. The gel itself is very bright. So like when you lay it down, you're like, wow, okay. You don't even need to activate it. But yes, of course you do, right? But hardly. All right, and I flash that. All right, and then I did another little area down here. And got it to move. You see, it's so fast, you can almost miss it, right? I cured the entire thing. You can use Divock Marble Fit, or you can use the Amena Nuance. And all I did was swipe some little areas on there. All right. So many options. This is why we went live. So many options. It's so many. All right, that is cured. We are going to do a full layer of the clear. And listen, when you're using a clear base for a nuance like Marble Fit or this Amena Nuance Gel, you don't need it all bulky by the sides, okay? You don't need that. You don't need a ton of gel to begin with. All right, just put it on there while it's wet. I'm taking most of this white off. You can even, if you want, if you feel more comfortable, because Divock Marble Fit has a small brush. This is a regular brush. Put it down on the palette if you want to, okay? You can use a different brush to swipe it through. Let me get one. Get one. All right. Like a border brush or... All right, so you see what it's doing? It's going to separate. It's not going to disappear. Which is why it's so pretty. You do want to cover up some of the cat eye. It actually gives it different shading. Right? But it gives it that gel marbly kind of look. You can continue to play with it. Make sure your sides aren't bulky. Right? See, it's bulky right here. Get rid of it. All right. Very, very simple. All right. The darker the color you do something like this on, the more you're going to see a difference, right, with the white. But the gold and white is very Christmassy. All right, let's just cure that. So that's a very short cut way of doing something like this. All right. Very shortcut way. And of course on our own nail you would see like natural color where you don't on these clear tips. All right. But very, very easy way to do that. And I think what I'm going to do is hit stop. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it to Sweetie Nail Supply. I'm going to save it to me, Inspo by Nails. If you have any questions about the upcoming sale, please let me know. I am happy to help you and happy to help you find what I might have shown you because there's a lot up there. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Have a good day, guys, and thanks for hopping on. We will talk to you soon. Bye.